Hello everyone and welcome back to new Pokemon Snap. We're finally leaving the kind of first area and into what the game kind of considers itself more proper with the jungle and the second island and stuff. The first area it really isn't all that complicated and it's pretty easy to tell what's going on. This is where you really kind of expected to know your stuff about the game mechanics. Jungle.
Okay, so this game is garbage because there's these Pokemon and there's no tall grass here, so they shouldn't exist. And this game is awful, worst game ever.
Unless the jungle was counted as a dungeon, because dungeons don't have grass, and you fight Zubats and they're all the same.
But if you consider Viridian Forest a dungeon, and you have to be in the grass in Viridian Forest, and a jungle's just a forest that is prettier, so.
And dangerous.
Look, the grass here just looks better than Hyrule Warriors, so there you go.
You have only but yourself to blame for this.
Yes, because no one else here has ever made a comment from 10 years ago. Well, not 10. It's more like Sonic Boom came out in 2006.
I don't even remember.
2014. Yeah, God. Man, 7 years ago.
7 years
okay,
ago.
yeah. Never going to let me live it down. All right. Okay.
No.
As long...
We all have our things.
As long as that's clear, then that's fine. How good is the music in this game? Because I have not really been able to pay attention to it at all.
It's fine. It's nothing remarkable. It's moody, atmospheric pieces. I mean, they obviously have melodies and stuff, but it's not there to be in your face.
That's fair. Oh, Wooper! Wooper's an underrated Pokemon.
Wooper.
I really, we were talking about this in an earlier part where they made up these evolutions of old Pokemon to kind of give them better stats so that they would effectively be viable. And you see that with like Yanma to Yanmask, but personally I've never liked really most of the evolutions they do for that kind of stuff. There are some exceptions, obviously. I kind of wish, though, especially for a lot of the Gen 2 Mon, that they just kind of upped their stats, Like
statistically speaking, just beef them up.
Like a
just
decent, like a good
viable. Yeah,
because specifically Gen 2 has some of the lowest statted Mon in the series, and I should note that at the time I think that was a good move, because they were specifically trying to lower power creep at that point in the game, because if you remember the original Gen 1 competitive, it's
use Alakazam or use Alakazam
or Mewtwo. It's like it was all psychic types all the time. Like your psychic killer was a Jolteon with Pin Needle. It was like it was ridiculous. So I think that.
But do you think? I remember hearing that Gen 2 was a very stall heavy meta.
Oh yeah, I mean it had its own problems because it was too defensively focused.
Yeah.
But basically that's why I'm saying that, like, I appreciate the idea to just kind of keep things lower powered in that, but now that we're in a world with 800 Pokemon, I feel like they should at least make an attempt to make more of them usable. And just like, instead of giving Dunsparce an evolution that everybody will hate the design of, probably, or that maybe that's not true. People like the new Farfetch'd, for example, but like, why not just bump his stats up 30 points in a couple spots? I don't see the harm in doing that, really, anymore. Again, it's.
You mean you're talking about without having the need to evolve the Pokemon in question, just beef up the stats as is? So you may not necessarily have to do that. If you like that Pokemon in question, I would say, more than the evolutions that we were getting at.
Instead of making a third Quagsire in the Quagsire line, just give Quagsire 30 more special defense and 10 more regular defense, and change its moves up. Like, I feel like there's a lot of realm to do that, and there's no real reason not to do that other than this weird implied sanctity they have to not change stats or anything, or to have a reason why a Pokemon can evolve now. And some of them just are really arbitrary. Like, even in Gen 4, it's like, oh, it needs to know this specific move in order to evolve. But, like, it couldn't learn that move before. So effectively, you're just giving it a level cap anyway to evolve, you know? On top of that, it's like, if you don't know that you specifically need that move to level up to evolve the Pokemon, you just, like, you choose not to get that move and it never evolves ever, which is just dumb. So I kind of just wish that they would stop that, you know? Well, do I expect that to happen? No, not really. But it would be nice if they did that. Look, I just want to have a competitively viable Dunsparce deck in Pokemon. Is that too much to ask? Am I such a bad person for wanting competitively viable Dunsparce? I don't think I am, all right?
You can't get me to give a shit about
Look, Dunsparce is cute, all right? Don't you at me, all right?
I know, like, Fate has it for me with fucking Dunsparce. Because remember, Dunsparce was Gen 2 1% encounter rate in a dungeon, I think it was.
In the cave.
It was my first fucking mon that I ran into when I was recording that game.
Yeah, it's in the cave that you can, like, step into right outside of the first gym zone.
Dark Cave, I think it was called.
Just
I think it was Dark Cave.
Yeah.
City, yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's also one of the, like... what is it called? The swarm Pokemon that you can get a call and then they'll become more common.
Yeah.
How is that worse?
It just... I mean, you can see the full Pokemon. Like, if it's too close, you only see their face, and it's just like, hey there, how's it going?
It was like 98%. It was like 98%.
How do I know this is an Napalm and not someone just wearing a Napalm mask? You fucking done farce.
Hey, that's a derogatory comment about the Pokemon I said I liked.
That's actually pretty clever, though, John. I'll give you credit for that one.
Oh, so you've never taken a Wooper picture before? Look at that! Look at him.
Well, the 1 star for you, Wooper. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have to take pictures of them doing different stuff. Like, that's actually a clever way to do it. I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, they still only let you submit 1 picture of a Pokemon per round. So you can have great photos of 1, 2, 3, and 4 star somehow, and you still only get to submit 1. So you have to do it 4 times to at least get every Pokemon.
Well, the original Pokemon Snap gave you brownie points for catching Pokemon doing different things, even of the same type.
Yeah, but it's more
mostly with Pikachu. That's all I think about is Pikachu.
But now it's kind of a required mechanic if you want to do completionist stuff.
Okay.
I mean, getting 100% in Pokemon has always been tedious. It's always been kind of a grind to go for it, but I feel like it's a little bit. So
this is
a little bit more tedious in a game like this, where as opposed to an RPG, where some of that is a little bit expected, you know, versus here where, like, I don't want to have to deal with this. You know, I don't want to have to play the same course 4 times, especially if it's, you know, just for 1 Pokemon or whatever.
Yeah, so that's why I don't really recommend completing this game. We did, however, see me rank up from level 2 to level 3 Jungle Day, so I do on the rare occasion show a course twice just because I happen to rank up and say, hey, well, let's show off what's new here to kind of give examples for how that works. So ranked up to level 3. So one of the dumb things about this game is that you can reach max level. So after this, I'll hit max level. There's no rank 4 or anything. The highest you can be is 3. So if you spend all the time getting more points so you can get it to max level, nothing happens when you reach max. So we're effectively at maxed out right now. So
do different courses have different rank caps?
Yes, it's either 2 or 3.
Okay. So and by being at a higher rank,
more stuff happens.
More stuff happens. Okay. Because I guess the Pokemon just know of your notoriety.
Well, the in-game explanation is that you've done it enough times that the Pokemon in the environment are more comfortable around you.
That's Todd's friend.
Broad.
You remember Todd? Do you remember Todd? Yeah, he smokes now.
Oh, shit.
He's old enough, too.
Oh, now the slacking turns around?
Yeah.
You needed to level up for that to happen.
Yes, actually.
Why?
Well, it's more than that. Like, if I were to show off level 1 Jungle Day, it'd be much sparser than how it is right now.
It is interesting though to think like to entice players to come back as like what will change, upon revisiting the track. You know, because remember that Arbok kind of immediately left as soon as you pestered him with the ball. Well, I shouldn't say pester ball; it was more like hologram ball, whatever the fuck they're called.
Illuminorbs.
Illuminorbs.
Venusaur.
Have you ever thought about how bad Venusaur must smell?
Considering it's always carrying a Rafflesia on its back. Awful, yeah. I mean, imagine you're born to realize that one day you're just going to be a living asshole.
I mean, you don't have to call me out like this, John. God.
No, you're an asshole, Ted, but you're not you don't have an asshole attached to your, maybe, I don't know. I never actually saw your bareback.
Oh, you're saying that now, are you?
No, I'm saying I don't want to, because the last thing I need to see is a fucking Rafflesia flowers from your back. I have so many questions. I keep waiting for something to pop out of that fucking hole, and nothing happens.
There is a picky peck in there if you bonk it enough.
Oh, that's not new. We saw a picky peck earlier.
You know.
I guess that is supposed to be...
Venusaur.
It's like, imagine you're going through like some sort of elaborate Rube Goldberg contraption to make some Pokemon appears, and it's a fucking Bidoof at the end.
Are there shiny Pokemon in this game?
No, there aren't. It was an idea that was floated around among the fans for a while. It's like, oh, what if they, on the rare chance any one Pokemon in the course could potentially be shiny? It's like, yeah, but I think they figured it'd be too luck based.
I mean, that's the whole.
Would just be endlessly resetting.
The whole point.
Yeah, I know. I guess kind of the point is also that you're supposed to be able to replay it and get the same thing by doing the same thing.
I mean, I do understand. So I do understand that, but like people just go nuts over shiny Pokemon.
It was a bit of I think it's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
yeah, it depends on the color variation. As racist as that sounds.
Don't you love shiny Garchomp where you can't even tell if it's shiny?
No. There are a couple Pokemon that has shiny variants where it's like, what am I looking at here? It's like, it's not even that different.
Also, hi, Leafeon.
I don't think Leafeon can hear you, Ryan. It's a video game commentary.
Aw.
Oh my god, Sobble. The Sobble was Gen 8, right?
I don't get its evolution, because it starts off crying and then it becomes a super spy. Like...
Well, no, it starts off crying, then it becomes an emo kid in their teens, and then it becomes a super spy.
I don't get it.
As we all want to do. Well, it's either that or become a BrainScratch commentator.
I wouldn't say any of us are emo. Like, I guess...
No, but we definitely all began our lives crying.
Everybody does, John.
Yeah.
That doesn't...
And now I'm saying there's a little BrainScratch in you.
I mean... technically... Okay,
don't think
I'm not. I'm actually not. But yeah, okay, so that's a question. Which game do you think has the strongest set of starters aside from the first one, because Gen 1 just kind of has the strongest set of Pokemon overall, and I think that's cheating.
I don't know. I feel like you have to say that for 1 and 2, because I see as many Gen 2 stands as I do for Gen 1 stands when it comes to the starters.
I mean, that's just because...
Well...
That's just because Cyndaquil is the best Pokemon.
Well, all right, hold on, let me think. Because honestly, I don't care much for Gen 3 starters. With Trico...
Trico is Torchic and Mudkip.
And
Mudkip's just a meme.
I mean, I kind of like Combuskin. Like...
Blaziken's cool.
Blaziken's okay.
Despite being fire.
Honestly, my least favorite starters are probably Gen 6. I mean, I don't really like the Gen 4 starters. Part of the problem...
I like... No, hold on, no. Because I like Litten. I like Litten.
That's Gen 7.
No, Gen 7.
Okay, never mind. Then I don't remember what Gen 6... What is Gen 6?
Gen 6 is the fox thing that is Fennekin that turns into the psychic fox thing.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then...
is that Fennekin? It's Fennekin.
Yeah, Fennekin.
I like the Fennekin line.
Well, Gen 6 has Greninja, I guess.
The grass one's kind of dumb, but you can't win them all. You know?
Yeah.
That was the grass monkey, wasn't it?
That's Chespin that evolves into Round Boy, that evolves into Weird Armor Boy.
Yeah, they're really weird names.
I know. Weird Armor Boy doesn't really fit on the...
exactly roll off the tongue. Go, Weird Armor Boy. Weird Armor Boy. Such grace.
Venusaur.
No, God. Yeah, again, it's easy to say Gen 1 and Gen 2 because it's just nostalgic.
Yeah, I mean, I love Gen 5, but I feel like Gen 5...
The stars are pretty weak in that game,
especially Tepeg. Tepeg line, I feel, is kind of lackluster.
Hey, let's have the third firefighting in a row and only give it one fighting type move.
That's part of why I dislike the Fire Monkey in Gen 4 is because it has the same stats as Combuskin, pretty much. Like, they're almost identical Pokemon.
But this one's Monkey.
It is Monkey. You are correct in that statement.
I do like Infernape more than Blaziken.
No, yeah, I feel Infernape looks way worse than Blaziken, personally. Like, I hate that design. But I know that's just...
I mean, I don't really care about Infernape's like previous evolutions, but like at the final stage, I just think Infernape looks pretty badass.
I thought it looked dumb. But, you know...
Blaziken looks like they got their pubic hair on standby. It's like, I don't know.
You want to know what's really funny?
Oh, thank you.
Is a lot of people I know who say, oh, I don't like the Gen 3 Pokemon. The Gen 3 Pokemon look like Digimon. Is like a thing I remember hearing a lot back in the day. And it's like, the more things change, the more things stay the same. Because every single generation, people are like, these don't look like Pokemon anymore. These look like Digimon.
Yeah,
they have no idea what they're talking about.
The art style definitely has changed over the years, and honestly, I feel it started with Gen 3 and 4, but it was still fairly consistent. Things just got very round and cutesy over time, and it's just kind of like,
I would argue Pokemon was always round.
There's definitely more angles in Gen 1 and 2.
Gen 1.
No, Gen 2. I would say.
I would say Gen 2. Oh, no, not really. Let me look back because I can't immediately think of every Pokemon off the top of my head because I can't.
No, there's a lot of very angular Pokemon in Gen 2. I mean, not that there aren't round Pokemon in Gen 1 like Chansey's an egg, you know. So
yeah, so when we say that's more round and cute, we mean that it's more focused on the round and cute rather than having a more proper variation.
Right.
Or proper variety, sorry.
It's kind of like the inverse of the Toriyama issue with Dragon Ball, where
everyone got spikier. Yeah.
Everyone got spikier as the generations went. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas in like if you look at OG Dragon Ball as an example, there's a lot.
Everything is smooth. Everything is smooth and round.
Kind of look to it.
Yeah. And for the better, I feel
like I think that's just a matter of it getting like
more serious business.
You can still do that with round character designs, if you ask me.
I mean, you can.
No, I know it's kind of a completely different fucking topic of conversation, but, you know, it is what it is.
And now we're in the jungle at night.
There is a Pokemon named Toucanon. Is that Gen 8?
7.
7.
I hate Toucanon's design, which is a...
It wants Fruit Loops.
Which is a shame because I really like... Is Picky Peck the first version for him? Yeah, yes. I really liked his starting design, and then he evolved, and I'm like, eh. And then he evolved again, and I'm like, eh. So
he's just an angry toucan.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just looks like a standard toucan. So what's that? Why is it called toucan?
Like it's special to act like its nose like glows different colors and like shoots lasers out of it or whatever, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I just was never a fan of how it looked personally.
What was we're talking about exclusively from like lame Gen 4 evolutions of Gen 1 mons, but is there a Pokemon that you feel was just a downgrade overall once they reached their final stage? Like visually speaking, not statistically speaking, but like visually speaking.
Not counting evolutions from Gen 4.
No, we're not counting like the Gen 1 evolutions because we already went into that like earlier.
Okay,
but just in general, it could be Gen 4, Gen 5.
Well, Gen 5 didn't really have I mean, I guess if we can talk about some of the like the alternate forms, like the Galarian forms and the other stuff like that.
Yeah, anything like that. Sort of thing, yeah.
Because oh god, what was it? I always thought that the Galarian Meowth looked really weird. Not Galar. Yeah, that's Galarian Meowth. I always thought that looked really weird.
That's the Garfield design, right?
He's all fat.
Yeah.
You know, I never really got it. Okay, so this isn't an 11. This isn't like a level, like an evolution kind of thing. But like when we're talking about the birds of Pokemon, like a lot of the not Pidgeys just don't really do anything for me. Like,
no, I feel they've been trying to replicate the original Pidgey design, and they have not managed to get something as
well. That's
close.
Why I liked Hoot Hoot in Gen 2, because Hoot Hoot is just a completely different thing. It's an owl, like it learns psychic type moves.
Who was the Spearow of that?
There
gen?
really wasn't another flying type though early on that you could get like that.
Well, they
I can't think of anything.
Hoodoo was there to do the whole day night thing.
But like, it looked different and it played different too. Whereas if you've got something like Tailo and whatever his evolution is, Swallow, like they kind of mostly play like Pidgey did. You know, fast, slightly good attack, lots of flying type moves.
Yeah, the commons basically. Every generation has their
like
commons.
I never really thought that Tailo looked all that good. I never really liked the Staraptor line either, which I know is heresy for a lot of people, because a lot of people think that one is like.
I think that's more of a thing that they like the Pokemon stats, maybe more than the visual design.
No, I feel like they like how it looks. Again, a lot of this is we're just talking visual preferences here, and a lot of that is just personal. Like some people just think one looks cool, and some people just don't. You know, generally speaking, I find that everyone's favorite set of Pokemon is whatever gen they played first, is what I tend to find.
I mean, it's a, what's your favorite Final Fantasy, the first one you played thing, but I think that's also why a lot of these spin-offs are important for Pokemon, because it gives a chance for other Pokemon to shine that may not be good for battling.
Yeah, like Leddyba here.
For a game
which is always annoying when Pikachu is always a fucking Pokemon plastered. I mean, I know why they do it, but
Pikachu's in this game, but he's not like super focused on, honestly.
No, but that's all you see in marketing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's because he's
that's
Pikachu,
kind of the thing I was getting at. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get why they do it, but it's nevertheless a little irksome. But that's very much old man.
That's one of the reasons why I love Black White 1 so much, is that you see new Pokemon all the way through the game. And I know that some people didn't like that, but like I felt like that was such a breath of fresh air. In that, okay, there's no Machop, there's no Geodude, there's no Pidgey, there's no Zubat. It's like, it's all different Pokemon all throughout the game. And they're fairly spread out, too. Like, you stop seeing a lot of the old Commonmon by, like, the 3rd or 4th gym. And, you know, you start seeing different Pokemon.
You see Newmon all the way through Victory.
Yeah, which is awesome. And I know that a lot of people have issues with Gen 5, like some evolutions don't happen until like they're level 40, but that was also done to keep the game balanced in terms of its level cap, because like you don't see some of those Pokemon at all until like you're at like Gym 6. So it's like, okay, you catch this Pokemon, it's already at level 25, and then you level it up a little bit, and then it will evolve, you know? And that's also another thing, is that I feel like they should just change evolution levels every game so that they can put Pokemon in different spots. Like, it's really cool to have say Litwick, you know, because that's a really cool ghost Pokemon, but it doesn't evolve until like level 30 something, if I remember correctly. So like, for Gen 9 you can have it earlier in the game, but it evolves at level 22 instead, you know? Like, I don't feel like that would ruin anything. I don't feel like, I mean, it might be a little bit more confusing if you're using an old guide for that, but like, whatever makes the game more fun to play, I think, is the most important thing.
Cerebee's going to catalog everything. Anyway,
yeah, there's so much. Pokemon fans don't know how good they have it in terms of getting info on your games.
Also, we're doing night a little bit different. We're doing night a little bit differently because, ooh, look who's here.
Is that Mew? Oh, you can find Mew. You bitch.
Good shot.
Is Mew in multiple courses or just this one?
Just this one. Yeah, so you at the very beginning, you have to turn around and start playing music to get Mew to show up, and then you have to bonk him a few times before you can get a really good shot at him.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so that's what I'm hearing, is that you deliberately playing some sort of tune.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought like the ice cream truck was here and you just never went to it.
That's what I was thinking too. Is just like because it's boiling.
I mean, Vanillix is in the. Vanillix is in this game.
Oh
so.
man, best Pokemon. I love.
Okay, cool. Are we going to eat Vanillix?
Like
No.
I dislike.
What's the point?
Like 90% of all of the like inanimate object Pokemon, except for the ice cream cones. I love those stupid guys so much. I love those stupid ice cream cones. Nothing will ever change that.
Also, obviously, this is a callback to Mew's boss battle in the original game.
Yeah, because you had to throw pester balls at them in order to get them out of their bubble.
Yep.
And just snap all the pictures before the bubble came back.
Snap all the pictures.
Do you think what's considered the hardest picture to get in this game?
I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't. A lot of the 4-star interactions with Pokemon can be very convoluted. Like, lead them over here to do a thing, to do a different thing, which will also change the reaction for this other thing. And it's like, you would not guess to do some of these things sometimes. Now, the game does have a request system where your little story cohorts will say, I found something interesting on this part of the course. I wonder what happens if you do this. And it kind of gives you a vague hint about what to do. But it's oftentimes just not helpful.
I feel like that's a good way to lead people
says,
towards certain shots. I feel like games should have
sort
stuff
of
like that.
It's sort of, but it's often too vague to be helpful. Where it's like, hey, stupid, there's this one thing at this part of the course. Okay, what am I looking for, and how do I get it to happen?
I feel like it can be frustrating, especially since this is on rails. If you miss it, you're just done. You know, like, but I feel like that's a good direction to do stuff. Like, I feel like it's a good direction to be like, why I heard there was something like this here. I feel like that kind of gentle nudge is a good way to do many kind of hints in video games.
It's a decent idea. It just needs a little bit more of refinement.
Agreed. Yeah.
So yeah, that was me.
Was that Todd that was just on the corner?
I think so. I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, no, I show off every legendary in this game, in this run through. So obviously they don't show up until you're on, I think, the highest level a course can possibly get. So don't expect to see them like your first time through the course. So
is that Mew from Brazil?
It was under the truck. What was the truck doing?
Oh, they should have had a truck in this game. Oh, they absolutely should have had a truck somewhere in this game. Oh.
Yeah, but then you move it, and instead of Mew, it's a lava cookie.
Oh. Or you can get a picture of the Mew eating the lava cookie.
Yeah, the nice thing about legendaries and mythicals is that as long as you get a tolerable shot of them, they'll pretty much always give you max score.
Yeah, because holy shit, it's an actual legendary that you're taking a picture of. That's all that.
And I mean, that was actually a good shot. So and you can. I'm assuming you can also post your pictures on the internet to
online.
Brag about your Pokemon Snap skills with a Z.
Yeah, and obviously it has a photo editor where you can add like stickers and other effects and bloom and stuff. So it has a pretty robust editor, but that's just not my thing. So